So if you want to know what a Gadol is, to me a Gadol is someone who has gadlus, someone who has such self-control. And Rav Uri Zohar, Shlitos, Zayin Gesund, is somebody who's a Gadol. First of all, he's a Gadol at 40 years old. He turned his back on the whole world. He was a top actor, fry, and he turned his back on all his friends and all the Aveira and all the Tumah and all the sin, and he mamish became Shemitah Mitzvahs. And he told me when he was 80, he said, I'm really only 40. I count my life from when I became frum. And he's an unbelievable tzaddik. And plus, he's mekarev through Lev Lachim, so many people. But here's Gadlus. And he told a story when he was here. He had a son that went off the derech. Several. And here he goes ahead and he has this first kid. He doesn't know what to do. So can you imagine the passion that he had for Torah to spit at the whole world and turn his life around to become frum? And then his kid goes off the derech and he's machal Shabbos and all the whole thing. And he didn't know what to do. There was no hadracha. So what did he do? He did what parents do. You can't do this. You got to get up. You can't dress like this. You can't go out. I'm going to lock you out. He fought him. He tried to stop him. Anybody try that? Tried to stop him and fight with him. And it escalated and escalated and escalated until finally he said, you can't be in this house. This is a Haredi home. You're not acting Haredi, get out. His son went ahead, took his knapsack, put some stuff in there, and then he went to the door, and Rav Uri is behind him. Can you imagine? Full of anger and fear and frustration and anxiety and everything. And the kid goes ahead, and he opens up the door, he looks back at his father, he turns, and he walks over the threshold, he's going to leave. And in a flash, Rav Uri thought to himself, if this is the end of the way that I was dealing with my kid, this cannot be Ratzon Hashem. Cannot be. Impossible to be Ratzon Hashem. And in a flash, he said, wait, you don't need to do tshuva. I need to do tshuva. And he opened up his arms, and he gave him a hug. And it's like Hashem gave him kol hatipi Torah b'vasachas, and he just in his own mind realized, I'm not going to lose my kid, and everything I did on the path that ended with richuk, with losing a kid, cannot be Teiras Emes, cannot be Ratzon Hashem. I'm going to do the opposite. And he did not criticize him, and he started accepting him and loving him. That's a Gadol. The Gadol of a person. You're so angry at that point, I can't take it anymore. You get out, and at that point, just wait, this can't be Ratzon Hashem, and flip around. Many parents are wishing that the Nisayon would be Akedas Yitzchak, Akedas Yossi, Akedas Chani. They're so angry, it would be so much easier. I just want to throw the kid out of my house, out of my life, out of the world. That's not the Nisayon of our dar. The Nisayon of our dar is to open our hearts, to get the kids back. V'heishiv leiv avos al banim v'leiv banim al avosim. That's the tzaddik Rav Uri Zohar Zayin Gesund.
Who's that?
Rav Uri Zohar. Right? And we each have to do that. But here's the kicker. Who has the last laugh? Now that son, it took a long time, till he was 27 years old, till that son woke up and turned his life around. And today, Rav Uri goes around with that son to go be mechazik parents, to teach parents, don't give up on your kids. And Rav Uri said, I wish I could daven the way this child davens. So when we are v'heishiv leiv avos al banim, it's v'leiv banim al avosim, they'll come back. The gadlus ha'adam of a person to be able to realize this can't be and switch everything, all his midas, Rav Uri Zohar, Zayin Gesund. So you all have to become gedolim. There's no room for katanim over here. The katane hadas, katane amuna, small-minded, closed-minded. It sounds great. People can be that if they don't have this tzara, and they can live their whole life like that. I would never let you do it. Beautiful. Until it's your kid that's on that miftan, is on that threshold, and you're going to lose him. And at that point, you got to realize anything, any thought process that brought me to that decision, or brought my child to want to leave my home, cannot be Ratzon Hashem. And you have to flip around and change yourself to become a different person, to become open, loving, not because psychology today says so, because the Baal Shem Tov said so, because the Chazon Ish said so, and because all of the Gedolim, 99%, say that whatever it takes, you do not lose your kid. You do not lose your child. It's not an option. Not an option. We lose the child, we failed. We failed our Nisayon. So we have to get more talent, more creativity, more love, more hugs, more whatever it takes to make sure that our kids are home. And if we have to turn into Gedolim through that process, so be it. We'll become Gedolim.